Warning, the following show contains high levels of magic and mayhem. Please keep all hands, feet, and body parts inside the vehicle at all times. And get ready for thrills, laughs, and a whole lot of fun. This is the Magic of Mayhem. Hello everyone, Austin with the Magic of Mayhem. Let's just throw this out there. The land that time forgot. Tomorrowland. The land that's supposed to represent the future, but yet it feels like it's in the past. Why is it that the place that is supposed to be the future, Tomorrowland of Disneyland, feels like it's outdated and in the past? This is it. This is like the future of us, right? Tomorrowland is supposed to represent our future, what's our next step in humanity? What's the next step in the country? What's the next step in us challenging technology? But why does it feel like the land is stuck in the past? We have a feeling of like, hey, maybe this is like 1950, 1960 technology, but this is 2025. We need an update, right? So here we are. That is the update. This is the podcast episode. How do we update Tomorrowland to be the future? And I'm going to be going into my ideas, things that I think we should do, but I'm also going to pull from what I've done on the polls and the Instagram and explain kind of what people are thinking themselves. If you don't see in the background right now, I've got my 501st helmet, which is actually on my right side here, which is your left. Camera left, we have the 501st Legion helmet that I did an unboxing video. If you haven't checked it out, go on my Instagram, go on YouTube, go on TikTok. They're all there, TMO_Mayhem. But I have one more, if you haven't noticed in the background, that we need to unbox that's not being shown right now. And let me tell you, it's one of the best series that's been Disney Plus's big success, The Mandalorian. Yes. Can you hear it? Dun, 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 dun. The greatest intro, I think, of their series so far. It is a catchy intro. It's all kinds of good jazz. The Mandalorian. So we'll do an unboxing video of the Mandalorian helmet. Can't wait to do that one. But the 501st was a sick unboxing. We're going to find some wall space here and start putting stuff up. But if you didn't notice, too, we have an intro. A legit intro. For those that I kind of like captured some creativity from, the old MTV days of Warning, watch Jackass, Nitro Circus, Robin Big, the Fantasy Factory. For those that grew up in my era, that Warning video was played a lot in our shows that we wanted to watch and enjoy. So I thought I'd pull a little creativity from that, but include it in the Magic of Mayhem. So here we are on our topic, Tomorrowland. Is it in the past? What do you think we could do to fix Tomorrowland? Do we keep Buzz Lightyear? Do we keep Star Tours? Now, this is where you start getting into nostalgia for people, right? Space Mountain? Do you touch Space Mountain? How about the old Star Wars and the old room of where we showed technology? That's very outdated now. How about Autopia? I think Autopia is considered Tomorrowland. Whether Finding Nemo or not it's kind of borderland. But if we want to include that one needs an update too. If we're going to do this, if we're going to go future, let's go future. Tomorrowland. It's supposed to be the day of tomorrow. It's not supposed to be the day of the past. There's a lot of things that we could do. So as far as Star Tours, honestly, I think Star Tours has a place. We do have a Star Wars land now. We have Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run that basically replaces Star Tours in some sense, but it's the nostalgia of Star Tours that we can't. Now, I thought I had fixed this problem of losing a mic, but apparently not. So I'm really frustrated right now. But anyway, so is Star Tours a thing of the past? I think so. I think we can update it now to something a lot better, but you can't lose Star Tours. So Star Tours is the main thing. How about Star Trader Outpost? I believe it's Star Trader, right? Star Trader Outpost? Yeah. Is it Star Trader? Oh, it's no longer... What? It's no longer Star Trader? How long has it been since I've been to Disneyland? What is it now? It is. Oh, it's the Star Trader. I'm sorry. The Star Trader. That's an outdated place, but it's all Star Wars stuff. But we can't just be stuck with Star Wars. We've got to incorporate new things. Star Wars is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but it's not, technology-wise, it's not. Maybe the stories are, but the technology is not. Where are we not have all like actual lightsabers that just do what Star Wars is, or an actual laser blaster? That doesn't happen. We don't have that. What about not Space Mountain? What about, Buzz Lightyear? Buzz Lightyear is kind of getting dated. That's not new technology. If anything, Web Slingers now is the shooter. Although it's not my favorite ride. You guys may have heard it in the past. It's not it. I'm not a fan of Web Slinger. Not going to be pursuing to try to get on that ride, That's just not it for me. What else? You got Space Mountain. You got Star Trader. And you've got the Marvel Star Wars viewing thing. That's outdated. The old Captain Neo, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids studio. That's outdated. We need to update. So what do? Astral Orbiters. It's like Dumbo, but for the future, but okay. All right, let's just start from the beginning of the land. We got Astral Orbiter. The question or not is, do we replace Astral Orbiter? Could we place something there that may be a little bit different? I don't know. I think Astral Orbiter, it's still spaceship. We're not flying every day as a human. I still think that's considered the future, right? We're going to get to the point where we can fly. But it's not now. It's not happening yet. That's not on our agenda at the moment. I mean, we're getting there. Are we going to fly to Mars? Are we going to fly more humans to space? Are we going to fly humans to the moon? That's on the agenda. I still think that's a futuristic thought because we haven't done it again since, 19? I've got actually a certificate of authenticity. I actually have a moon coin. Let's see if I can walk over there and grab it while you're listening. Yeah, I actually have a United States coin, a mint. Let's see. It's the Mercury Gemini Apollo. It's a 2012 coin, and it's actually Neil Armstrong's footprint on the moon as a coin. How cool is that, huh? What year was this? It was the 50th anniversary in 2019. So, oh boy, here we go. Maths. So 69, is that right? 69, I think we landed on the moon for the first time with Neil Armstrong. So that's still considered in the past, right? Neil Armstrong, moon landing. Oh yeah, wow. Look at Austin. Go math, baby. July 20th, 1969. So yes, 69. We haven't been back to the moon. Well, we did a couple more missions after that, and those can agree or disagree that the moon landings were real. I'm not there to debate that. I can fight you all day. There's, satellite images now of the landing sites, so you're wrong. So anyways, okay, and you can fight, those are all AI and fake. Yeah, whatever. The lunar module now has taken pictures of it, so yeah, get out of here. So we're not debating that. So still though, the moon landings, that's futuristic thought. We're not it's not happening every week, Is it happening every couple months? Sure. It's not and we're not landing on the moon though. That's not happening. So I think Astral Orbiter, as far as space, can stay. Or do we scrap Tomorrowland? Does it become something else? Does it become an actual land, like a Cars land? Does it pick from your favorite movie and become something? Is it Zootopia? We have a Zootopia now. It's in one of the Asian parks. I'm not sure which one. Can't wait. I would love to visit it. Amazing, right? But we have a Zootopia. Do we have, because it's kind of technology, do we make a Wreck-It Ralph land? I mean, as someone who loves Wreck-It Ralph, I think we should. A Wreck-It Ralph land would be absolutely epic, right? And then you could kind of base everything off video games, and video games are timeless and classic. Is that a Tomorrowland, though? I mean, it doesn't really fit that description, right? As a kid, though, Tomorrowland meant spaceships and future and, technology, and we just don't have that there anymore. Do we scrap it all and just make something new, or do we not? That's the struggle, right? It's Disney's inner battle forever. It's going to be for any changes in the future of the park. Do we scrap it and make something new, or do we just improve it? The history buffs, the people that have grown up with something are going to complain like no tomorrow if you scrap something. You can't scrap It's a Small World, okay? You can't just say like, this is it, we're done. Goodbye, It's a Small World, we're going to put something else. No way, Jose. That is a Disney legacy piece. You cannot scrap that. So that becomes the biggest issue with Disney. Now let's pretend, and I'm throwing this out to you, let's pretend we're an Imagineer for the day. And they go, Austin, Magic of Mayhem. I mean, I wish. Hopefully one day this happens. But Austin, Magic of Mayhem, tell us, what would you do differently with Tomorrowland? And honestly, I think now that we are in this era, I think we replace Astral Blasters. I think, Buzz Lightyear's Astral Blasters gets rechanged to Guardians of the Galaxy. Although, okay, this is where we're going to go back and forth. Although you have Guardians of the Galaxy in Walt Disney World, you don't have like a shooter at Guardians of the Galaxy. I think this could be a really cool, like maybe Pixar Pier style Toy Story shooter. Not necessarily with like the pool guns and all that, but like an actual gun shooter that you're shooting aliens with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Or you're fighting with the Avengers. Again, though, we have an Avengers campus. So can you do that? Will you do that? That's the biggest struggle with making any changes for Tomorrowland, because you can always be like, oh, well, the future is Avengers, or the future is, Marvel. So then it's a big battle. What if we did that? What if instead, what if we change it to like a Big Hero 6 shooter, right? Would you do that? Like they upgraded it. It's not like still pieces like you're in a shooting gallery like it's 1970. But what if you had like LED interactive walls again, but it's constant moving as you're going through the ride? That wouldn't be a bad thing. A Big Hero 6? That would be way cool, actually. I don't think that would be an issue, honestly. It would be kind of cool. I think that would flow, a Big Hero 6. But honestly, I keep going back to Guardians of the Galaxy because they actually shoot aliens. I mean, you could do Iron Man and all that too, but they don't really have guns. Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy, like, that's very guns. What if instead it just went all Star Wars again? What if we were a clone trooper? It's like the clone trooper ride, and you get to, or a stormtrooper, either of those ones. And it's the stormtrooper shoot off, right? And you're cadet in the stormtroopers, and you have to get your credentials to be able to shoot guns. So they send you through this program, and that's the ride. I mean, that's kind of funny, right? It's still Star Wars related. All this stuff is like ideas from movies and stuff that's kind of exists in the parks to some degree. You don't really have a stormtrooper thing. You don't have a Guardians of the Galaxy shooter, but I think it could tie in, right? Do you make it faster than what it is for Buzz Lightyear? Oh man, these are all like really tough questions that I'm asking all of you. Because this is a tough thing that they have to weigh with each and every decision of what they're going to change, if they're going to change. Do you think that it's good, perfect how it is? I don't. I like Buzz Lightyear. I love Buzz Lightyear. I grew up with Buzz Lightyear. Toy Story I was probably 6 or 7, right? So I grew up with Toy Story. But the problem with that, and the hardest thing to juggle, is nostalgia versus update. You need to update it. Honestly, all of Tomorrowland needs an update. Star Tours, honestly, like, what can you replace it with? Could you do an updated, instead of Star Wars, is that where a Guardians ride goes? You're on a spaceship or an Avengers ride, but then that takes away from Avengers Campus, even though you're in Tomorrowland. Let's start on something easy. Okay, something easier. We're not touching Space Mountain. Space Mountain is what it is. Although I really wish that Hyperspace Mountain was a permanent thing, because Star Wars is cool. But again, you're struggling with the fact that you have Space Mountain and a Star Wars ride in Tomorrowland while you have Star Tours. But then you have a whole freaking campus, a whole Black Spire outpost dedicated just to Star Wars. So is it too much Star Wars? You don't need Tomorrowland Star Wars, but That's where all nostalgia is. That's the original ride that George Lucas signed off on. He was there. C-3PO and R2 greet you. How do you change that? This episode's gonna wind up being just leave it how it is because this is too hard to change. Okay, all right. Let's just go back to the easy one. Okay, Autopia, gas powered cars. I mean, as someone that was a race car driver for 3 solid years professionally, but I raced for probably, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, probably like 10 years. We'll just lean towards 10, right? Autopia has to be the easiest one to change. I love a gas-powered vehicle, don't get me wrong, but I have a Tesla too. I have an electric vehicle. I drive that personally for work. It's a great commuter car. It's great for that. So how do we change Autopia? I think it's easy. You do electric cars, but then what? You have to cycle out cars? People can be like, oh yeah, electric cars is the way to go. Till it dies. A gas vehicle, you just up it off and keep going. That's it. But electric vehicle, you have to recharge it. You have to pull it out of cycle in order to do it. I think they'll update to that. I think they will. I think they'll have a good system as far as how can they charge and keep cars on the track and keep the payload and keep customers flowing through enough that's possible. But it's still not as easy as just topping off in a gas vehicle and sending them on their way. You just throw in a gallon or two of gas and keeps going. It doesn't just stop for 20 minutes and needs a full charge. Honestly, that's the biggest struggle with electric vehicles. Will something else come into that time? I don't know, but Disney is the perfect place to try and challenge like the normal, right? That's what Disney's always been about. Challenging the normal, challenging what we can't do as a human species, right? That's how they became the animatronics. That's how they became with voice animatronics. Like, cool, you could have a robot going, but then they added voice and they talked and they looked like they kind of were human. And then you go to like a Black Spire Outpost and they move and talk and act just like the real character and are very fluid like a human. Like, cool, we're pushing boundaries. So why not push boundaries in Autopia? Can we make a car that's like hydrogen powered? Can they make something that's gonna revolutionize how cars are? They made the monorail, for Christ's sake. Bob Gurr made the monorail. What? A magnetic like train, basically? So you're telling me that Disney doesn't have the ability or the manpower or them to figure out like what's an alternative to a gas-powered car? What if the whole track was energized? What if they were able to just pull off the track all the way around? That's just that's what Disney does, which is disappointing. Like, let's challenge your Imagineers. Let's push them to another level that they haven't seen since Walt's been around. And I think that's what we're missing with Walt. Without Walt being there is pushing that boundary, right? Being different, pushing to the next level that normal humans question. Can we actually do this? Are you guys sure? Bob Gurr talks about it all the time. He's like, I didn't have the blueprint. I had to make it myself. But maybe that's where we're at in this world. We have to push the boundary. Disney has to push. That may be the difference between them whipping Universal or them becoming mid-tier and secondary to Universal. Universal, I feel, is kind of pushing it, but cool. You guys are just making something. You're making the wheel better. It's not that it's not a wheel still. You're just making it a little bit better. Congratulations. So how do we push the boundary? Disney has to do something. That's just my rant right there. Obviously, that was a big rant. But what I want to talk about, though, is let's retheme it. I think, and I've always said, probably since Wreck-It Ralph came out, why is it not just Sugar Rush? A video game style go-kart race, right? Honestly, in the world of VR or AR, why do we not just throw some goggles on and like you could theme it? You don't even have to like visually see it. Look at Mario Kart for freaking Universal. You're driving a slow cart. A slow cart. They literally have, 5 or 6 different tracks on Autopia? Why can't you just have 5 or 6 different races with AR on your helmet? Like, they give you something to put on, an AR thing, and they have to figure out a way to make it work in the daytime as well as it does in the nighttime. But so what, Disney? Let's figure that out. That's an easy one, right? And you just put a little button on the wheel, and it, connects to the car, and blip, 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 and you're shooting a red tortoiseshell. But that's Mario. So then what would we do? We do exactly kind of like what Sugar Rush did, right? You can fire the cannons. You can fire fire. You could do her glitch and pass people. Like, what? Vanellope's little glitch is the coolest thing. I think that's such a great power up. So why not? Why does that not exist? Disney, that is an easy one. You could do that for all of it. What is it in Tomorrowland? Tomorrowland Speedway. You could do that. You could do it on Autopia. Let's make something different, Disney. The technology's there for that. That's not even pushing the boundary. You just got to make the story on 6 different tracks. And here's track 1, here's track 2, here's track 3. I think it's 6 tracks. I'm just kind of pulling that number out of my head, just off the top of my head. 6 different tracks should be 6 different rides. Look at how easy Autopia is going to be popular. 6 different versions of that. Amen. Done. Autopia, Sugar Rush. You don't even have to paint it or anything. It'd just be the same stuff. You paint the go-karts that you sit in and call it good. Thank you, Austin. Send me my $1 million check, Disney. I will appreciate it. We'll do really good, okay? Everyone loves Sugar Rush. Everyone loves Wreck-It Ralph. I think that AR technology would be absolutely sick. I don't see that not being possible. Or maybe it's a VR ride. It just recognizes where you're at on the track, and that's it. VR rides are hard on people, especially me. I love VR. I have one. I play an Oculus 3. I have it. It's still hard on your body. After an hour, I'm still getting kind of sick. There is a VR tolerance. For those that understand what a VR tolerance is, it's like a tolerance to anything. If you drink 20 beers one day and 20 beers 10 days later after doing 20 beers for the same time, you're going to be a little bit more tolerant. It's like anything in life, right? Anything that you do. Day 1 is going to be the hardest. Day 20 is going to be the easiest compared to day 1. That's just how it is. So I think... Again, I'm going to just stay with AR. AR is a possible thing. I think Disney can do it. They're capable of it. They need to push the boundaries of that. Man, I'm kind of ranting on Disney. I love you, Disney. Don't take my angerness as that. I do think that the hardest thing for them is going to be switching to electric carts because of that. It's going to be sick. It's going to be hard to do. But it takes a prime real estate, honestly. Autopia does. And they need to talk about their future. If it can't run on gas, they have to figure out a good way to fix that. Oh, wow. Man, that is crazy. All right. Is it Launch Bay? Oh, okay. I got another good one. The PeopleMover tracks in Disneyland have been doing nothing for the last 10 years, 15 years. PeopleMover, what if... This was actually an idea that came from my wife, and I totally think that it's genius. What if you retheme the WALL-E track ride to WALL-E? WALL-E is futuristic. WALL-E is end of the world futuristic. We've used all our resources. We're on a cruise ship, and we're cruising, enjoying life, and getting fat. That's WALL-E, right? Is it not? I 100% believe that's WALL-E. So why don't we just cruise on the PeopleMover tracks and very comfy chairs? I'm just kidding. A comfy ride system and call it WALL-E, and then you could do theming and talk about how us as Earth, the way we're a projection, is our trash usage is going to cause, a global crisis. That it could be educational. People would still enjoy the PeopleMover. You could see the rides and be like, "Wow!" Then on your left here is Star Tours. It's been around since before Austin's been alive, and Austin wants to retheme it, but then says let's keep the nostalgia. that could be the narration on the thing, and be like, he sucks. Why would he ever say that? And then it could be and here's Autopia on the right. I'm sorry, it's not Autopia. It's Sugar Rush, AR themed electric vehicles. Austin gave that idea from the Magic Mayhem. We appreciate him. He is now a Disney Imagineer legend. Just kidding. But, it honestly could be. It could be a WALL-E theme. I think WALL-E is a great theme. Honestly, it is. And going back to, me asking people what is the number one thing that they would change in Tomorrowland, honestly, 90% of everyone said bring the PeopleMover back. And honestly, you could just retheme it, right? I think the Wall-E theme is a great idea. It could play the old-timey music that Wall-E enjoyed while you're cruising and enjoying the views of people. Honestly, they didn't have to do much. They could just say it's the Wall-E's Earth Cruiser or something like that. And that's it. And I could do little shorts of Wall-E as you're going through of how the projection we are on the path of humanity, that we're just trashing this world. That's a controversial topic. That's me just throwing out ideas and things that would be great, honestly. And that kind of fits the Tomorrowland theme realistically. Does Sugar Rush is a video game. It could still technically kind of fit that theme because it is a video game. Sugar Rush. But Tomorrowland, this is where I think they're stuck with Tomorrowland, because then everything they do has to be futuristic. I think, in my opinion, they need to do where the was it Launch Bay? Was that where Launch Bay was? Yeah, the Star Wars Launch Bay. That, I honestly think, would be a great showcase for AI. Or it's an AI interactive thing where we're pushing the boundaries with AI. Or, hey, watch an AI robot do this. Or, hey, interact with AI robot on a daily basis like this. I think this would be a great showcase for AI. As far as us learning about AI, maybe Disney designs and programs their own AI, and this is where a great showcase for that. Get people bought in. Hey, you want an AI robot? Cool. Here's a QR code, scan it on your phone, and it'll be shipped to your house. I mean, Disney could literally do something like that and make a ton of money if they crushed it, if they got it right. I think people are afraid of AI to some degree. I'm not afraid of it. I think there's things that I think an AI should do for us, and I think there's things an AI should not do for us. For instance, childcare. I don't think an AI robot should do childcare. I love my son. I would never result him into having to deal with a robot as taking care of him. No. Your human touch is from your dad and your mom and like your grandparents and your siblings and anything like that. I disagree that we should just resolve to just giving a robot the control and power of raising a child, because they're not human. So, oh man, we're getting on a way different topic than I expected. But AI, like, what can AI do for us? What does Disney have in the works for AI? My work right now is doing something with our sales as far as recognizing every customer and breaking down what the positives and negatives for each customer is, and what those customers purchase our equipment from at that price. And then it changes that based off that. Amazing. That's going to help my sales team 1,000 times, just on a small scale. AI is just figuring out what works for the customer we're trying to sell to and making it so we can win more purchases in the future. That's sick. Thank you. That's using AI in a proper way, in my opinion. Now, can Disney do that? Can Disney showcase, hey, you know what? This Disney robot here, you could watch movies with him. You can watch all the Disney movies with him. You can interact and like quote a Disney movie with him. He can give you all the Disney like history. I mean, right there, that's a pretty cool robot. I'd hang out with him for sure. It would be insane, right? Maybe that's what they do with Launch Bay. Change it into an AI showcase. Or what if they change it into something else? What if that becomes a ride? A walking ride? You know, we could go back to Walt's nostalgia of how they kind of originally thought that Haunted Mansion was going to be a walkthrough. What if we made a ride that was a walkthrough? And that ride maybe was the AI showcase. You're walking through every room and the AI does something every time you like come through. What is the possibilities of AI? What is the possibilities of us landing on Mars? What is the possibilities of us becoming intergalactic species? What is the possibility of computers in the future? What is the possibilities of the 501st Legion killing all the younglings? Like, I mean, there's so many endless possibilities of what that could be, and I think that's what makes that one difficult. So right now, Austin has only fixed Autopia and the PeopleMover. That is it. Launch Bay is tough. Space Mountain, does it update? Do we change the theming of it to something more permanent? Travel to Mars, or what is something that us as humans haven't experienced or felt yet on a regular basis? Do we change that? What if that was what if we changed the Astral Blasters or Buzz Lightyear's Astral Blasters into a Buzz Lightyear ride? But then again, you could go back with that and say, we've got Pixar Pier. We don't need more Toy Story stuff over here. I think them making Pixar Pier has kind of screwed them in some degree, because then now you're expecting Pixar to only be there and not anywhere else. And that's really hard, honestly. Maybe you make it big. What if it's a Big Hero 6 ride along? You're riding on the back of a Big Hero 6, right? That would be sick. I'd be okay with that. Big Hero 6 ride where you're riding on the back of him. Why am I blanking out? Oh, Baymax, sorry. Yeah, wow, that was terrible. Dad life right there. Memory not working. What if it's a Baymax ride where you're riding on the back of Baymax? I'd be okay with that. I think that's cool. It's still Space Mountain. It doesn't change the ride. It changes the theming and what you're doing, and I don't see that being an issue, and that's a Disney movie. What if we changed it to Elemental? What if, you know what? We're backing it up. What if Launch Bay is Elemental? What if it becomes a Disney movie, Disney animation area instead? What are Disney animation movies? Let's look this up real quick. Instead of that, we have a Pixar Pier. We don't have a Disney animation movie. Disney animation movies. Oh boy, let's go. Toy Story is Pixar. Disney Animation Studios. Here we go. Feature films. Wait, Moana? Moana is not Pixar? Frozen? Excuse me. Zootopia, Baymax. Okay. All right, here we go. This is what we're doing. All right, we're scrapping the whole thing. We're good with Autopia being Sugar Rush because it is Disney Animation Studios. We're now switching Space Mountain to be a Big Hero 6. We are still keeping Launch Bay as an AI, a future. This is what it's going to look like for us. We should switch our shooter movie or our Astral Blasters. Ooh, what are we going to switch it to? Ooh, this is where it gets tough. Ooh. What do we do? We could, I mean, Frozen is Frozen, but we could do something with Frozen instead and being like, it's Elsa's freezing shooter game where you're just shooting. You're shooting. Ooh, Hercules. We have no Hercules ride. What if it's the Hercules training facility and your job is to ride in your little... What if they retheme the little riding carriage to be riding along with Pegasus, and your job is to train and hit targets with your sword, but it's a gun, with your sword gun, and it becomes, that's your training facility, and then your score tells you how good you are as a hero? Whoa. Okay, we're on to something now. We are on to something. I think the Walt Disney Animation Studios needs to have their own part of the park, and this is it. Tomorrowland is no longer Tomorrowland. It is Disney's Animation World, right? That would be sick. Okay, what else do we got here? We're looking at, ooh. Instead of Captain EO and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, it's the Fantasia area. Ooh, could you imagine? That'd be sick. Make it the IMAX experience, or then they could switch it out. What's another good, like, interactive, like, movie? Ooh, you could do... a Moana 4DX movie? That'd be sick, where it like shoots water at you, fire. Oh man. Oh, we've got endless possibilities now. You could do Bolt 3D movie. Okay, sign me up. We're all on board. Aladdin movie? What if there was it was Baymax during one part for Space Mountain, a Baymax ride along, and then it was Aladdin carpet ride along. Oh, Oh, we're going after this now. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're going after this freaking thing. Let's go. What else do we got? Okay, let's just go a little bit newer. Elemental. Oh, I'm telling you, Elemental will be sick. Lightyear, Lion King, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Mary Poppins Returns. Monsters is not a Pixar. It is Pixar. Don't lie to me. Yes, don't give me. I want just Walt Disney. Nothing Pixar. So like Luca, Turning Red, Soul, Inside Out. No. Elemental. Oh, Elemental's Pixar. We can't do Elemental then. People are listening, right? What is Austin do it? Coco is Pixar. Dang, Cars 3. Moana is not, though. Moana is definitely not. Zootopia is definitely not. Oh, man. I'm telling you, we should do Wreck-It Ralph, Sugar Rush as Autopia, Big Hero 6, and maybe Aladdin as Space Mountain. AI for the launch bay. Treasure Planet as Astral Orbiters. And then what do we replace Star Tours with? Star Tours. Oh, we do Bolt. And what was the other one? And Moana for where Captain EO and Honey and Shrunk the Kids. We could split up. This is just doing too much already. Hercules for Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. And then do we replace Star Tours? We replace Star Tours with the Rescuers as a ride-in. You're riding on their little boat. And wow, what a disaster of a park I've just created. But I like it. Everyone listening right now is, God, this is a disaster. All right, since it is a disaster, those are what I'm sticking with. What else are we going to... Let's go to the people, all right? These are the people that have submitted something, and whether or not I agree or disagree, let's go. All right. There's some of these that are kind of dumb. Dream Travel with Amber said, offer complimentary chiropractor. That's not Tomorrowland. Oh, no, it is. She said, Dream Travel with Amber said, offer complimentary chiropractor services after Space Mountain. That's what she thinks. Oh, okay, sorry. So let's premise this one more time. I'll premise this and then go into this. The premise is, if you're an Imagineer for the day and you can make any changes to Tomorrowland, what would it be? So Dream Travel with Amber, one more time, said, offer complimentary chiropractor services after Space Mountain. Okay, that's a solid one. Disneyland Day, I think it's Dreams, which is Lindsay. She said, bring back Captain EO. Princess and... Gosh, why did it have to cut it off? Princess and the Peep that said, bring back the PeopleMover, which is going to be a very recurring event. Enchanted by Christina said, also, can we use the Carousel of Progress building for something cool? She was talking about Walt Disney World, but she said the correct answer is to bring back the PeopleMover. I agree. Angel on Main Street 2024, bring back the arcade and Captain EO. The arcade that was right by Space Mountain and obviously the theater where Captain EO played is gone. I actually have a picture, and I don't think it's up here, that my best friend and I at the time would go to Disneyland and we had credits to spend, and we did those like green screen of us at Star Wars Land. So there's a picture of us on Hoth. There's a picture of me and him as Anakin and Obi-Wan. Hilarious photos. I'll have to find them. They'll probably be posted on this if I can find them. But yeah, great one. My niece, Sophia.Lin, said, bring back the PeopleMover, of course, and add some water features or waterfalls to drive behind and cool neon tunnels to Autopia. I like that one. That's not a bad one. Alex Chu said, kick all the people out. Crazy one. BBT Magic Podcast, which cannot wait. One day we're going to collab with them. They said this great answer, great question, but I can only answer for Disney World. So they read my actual premise and then said that. Second Star _ Travel said, bring back the PeopleMover. And the Magic Key Adventures said Carousel of Progress fits the way it always looks at the past and in the future. Talking again. No, I agree. She's saying that Carousel of Progress fits. That's Steph. By the way, shout out to Magic Key Adventures. She has a great podcast too. If you haven't checked it out, go check her out because she's awesome. But yeah, Steph, she's actually doing a meet and greet in Star Wars Land. So good luck to her. I hope people come and see her. She's giving away goodies and all kinds of jazz. So Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's a lot that can be done to Tomorrowland. I think I made a disaster of a park, but that's why you're here, because I'm a disaster of a human and I make funny stuff happen. But I do think that we could do something, right? I literally want to live and die on the AR, VR, Autopia kind of thing to change it into another ride. Kind of like I kept saying, like the Mario World driving one. I legit think we can do that, so why not, right? Also, for those that have made it this far in the podcast episode, I am rocking some Magic of Mayhem merch right here. And you guys know me already at this point, just here for the breadsticks. Yeah, that's me, Magic of Mayhem. And then I got a Team Mom shirt on, which is also a Magic of Mayhem shirt, or a hat. You could buy those right now. They're available. streamlabs.com/mayhem/merch. Go on that store. I just released a new shirt today. It's called Grim Grinning Ghosts. Come out to socialize, and it's a ghost drinking a beer. It's a hilarious little run on that. Makes me giggle. But it was a great shirt to release. But yeah, super comfortable shirt. I'm telling you, I'm wearing it right now. And that's all they are. They're $25 a shirt, and I think my hats are at $20 right now. It's a Team Mom shirt, Team Mom hat. It's pretty legit. I'm telling you, you should buy one for yourself, for your family, for your mom. Buy it all. That's all I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed this disaster of an episode, because I think it was. This was all over the place. But yeah, I had a blast. We'll be back next week. Go follow all the socials. TMO_Mayhem on TikTok, which is my new one. Instagram and YouTube, we're there. The Magic of Mayhem. Search it up. My name is Austin again. I hope you have a fantastic time. Reach out. Send me some things that you think we would change, because there's a lot to be changed in all the parks. I think you guys would enjoy that too. It's Austin. Have a great time. I love you. Have a magical day. We'll see you next time. All right? Laters.